Okay, so this is that box that I found at the park on top of that tree fairly recently. I told you guys I'd find some way to pick the lock and open it, and I did actually yesterday. I got a little eager and opened it up without making a video, and I think it's a good thing I did because it gave me a chance to kind of analyze what was in there. So I was able to pick it using things you can just get from any office supply store. So if there's anything I've gotten out of all of this, it's that taking off an ankle monitor and picking a lock is actually easier than you think. So there's that. Let's get started. I put everything back in the box the way that I got it to kind of just show you guys how it came. There was only two things in the box. The first was this envelope. And as you can see, it says, "Remember to have fun and to play fair." And first time I saw this, I just thought it was some bullshit. But we'll get back to that. The other thing in the box was this SD card in this little pouch here. It's blank on the outside, nothing written on it. I did plug it into my laptop, and there was only one file on it, and that was this photo. And it's obviously also something written on graph paper. I have no idea why there's a weird photo of it rather than it just being in the box itself. I have no idea. And honestly, when I saw this, I thought it was a bust that had nothing to do with what I'm looking into. But then this morning, I woke up and I realized something about Playfair. Playfair is actually the name of a cipher. And I know this because actually back in college, when we were kind of learning about binary codes and all that stuff, I kind of fell down a rabbit hole of looking into different ciphers and codes and puzzles and all that. And I remember the Playfair cipher because it uses two letters instead of one when you translate with the cipher. So I remembered, of course, the random, what just looked like a random string of letters in the photo. And I plugged them into the Playfair cipher, and I got HMS Philip, which I had no idea what that was or what that meant. I looked it up, and it turns out it was actually the name of a vessel back in like the 1880s or something that was kind of a sister or successor vessel to the HMS Challenger. If you've ever heard of it, it's kind of a famous vessel that was used for scientific exploration, and it went all over the world, including over the Mariana Trench. And this vessel was made like 10 years later, and it was going to go further and used for further scientific studies. And somewhere around the Mariana Trench, it goes missing. Obviously, they didn't have a real way to communicate at that time, and it was supposed to dock in Australia, and it just never showed up. No one knew what happened. Fast forward a year later, and it's found in the fucking middle of the jungle in Peru. Like 100 miles from the nearest ocean. It just in the fucking middle of the jungle, like it just crashed there. All the crew members were gone. Nobody ever saw them again. What happened to them? And there was all these theories about what could have happened, that they set course wrong and just crashed, but it doesn't really make any fucking sense. You don't just exactly, go the wrong direction for 9,000 miles and then end up in the jungle. It just didn't make any sense. No storm could, just throw you 100 miles into the jungle. So no one ever knew what happened. There's very limited information online, to be honest. It's nicknamed the HMS Phantom, fittingly. And all that being said, what does that have to do with anything, or with my investigation, or with our problem up in the woods? I have no clue. I want to say this is a dead end. This is just somebody else's shit that I just stumbled across. But something about this being the Playfair cipher, something that I was really into at one point. It's like somebody knew that and left this for me. And why, I have no idea. It really feels like one step forward, two steps back, because I got this box and I just have more questions. So I'm not really sure where to go from here. As far as my other situation goes, I am staying put in this location because the police aren't doing shit. They could get me right now if they wanted to. They could easily, but nothing's happened. Nobody will talk to me at the police station. It's like it just never happened, and I just look more insane than I did before. But of course, I'll keep you guys updated. So I think that's it. I'll see you soon.